I almost lost my business this year. Now imagine this, your business is thriving, clients are happy, everything is running smoothly until a hidden threat almost wipes it out. And that's exactly what happened to me. And trust me, it can happen to you as well. If you're a coach, consultant, expert, or a digital course creator, stick with me for the next few minutes. I'll share how I got blindsided by a spam bot, the panic I felt, and the steps I took to fix it. And most importantly, I'll show you how to avoid costly surprises in 2025. Hi, I am Vena Bergadanimar, a lawyer and an entrepreneur. I mentor dozens of women online service providers on how to attract more clients while dodging the legal drama, empowering them to build a sustainable business that fulfills their life's purpose. Now, I thought I had everything figured out. My systems were humming along, my website was secure, my emails were flowing, and my processes were rock solid. Someone finds me on a social media site or hears about me through a masterclass that I hosted. They opt into my lead magnet and I nurture them into becoming a client. Pretty straightforward. Now, my processes are so smooth that I was even able to significantly cut the time that I spend on social media. Then, sometime mid of this year, I noticed something strange, a surge of opt-ins on one of my lead magnets. So, day 1, I saw around 10 opt-ins, day 2, around 20, day 3, almost 40, and that should have been amazing. Except, I wasn't promoting anything, and I told myself, no big deal, I'll figure it out after my vacation. Because you see, I was on a beach in Gran Canaria at the time, reading a book and soaking up the sun. I was so confident enough in my systems to think that this is just a glitch. So a week after, while sitting on my desk, I started digging. And I realized this wasn't a glitch. This was actually a full-blown attack. All the new leads have the same country IP address, and it's Russia. And I'm not promoting anything in Russia, and neither was I offering any services there. So it hit me, my domain was being attacked by spam bots. I do have spam bot filters in place, but this attack is different. They were using legitimate email addresses to flood my opt-in forms, which triggered my system to send out emails to real people who didn't sign up. I knew I was in deep trouble because it only takes 0.3% of your emails being marked as a spam for platforms like Gmail or Yahoo to flag your domain. And within weeks, every email I sent, whether it was a reply or a fresh message, they all went straight to the spam folder. I knew that my domain reputation was in deep trouble. And I felt like the ground had been pulled out from under me. I was so frustrated, I was mad, I was even embarrassed. Now, after about 30 minutes of full-on panic mode, I took a deep breath and told myself, Vena, you've got this. So I secured a new domain, layered on extra protections, and started rebuilding. But it was a hard lesson. Because there's just one blind spot, just one can actually derail your entire business. There's actually several ways to avoid spam bot attacks, and here are some of the things that you can apply in your own business. The first thing that you can do is to add a CAPTCHA to your forms. Now, those of you who don't know what a CAPTCHA is, these are the I'm not a robot checkbox. And they actually work because bots can solve them. So this keeps most of the spam at bay. The problem was, in this particular instance, I removed the CAPTCHA in that form that was attacked by spam bots because, well, I thought it was just a simple form, what can go wrong? And of course, the second you think nothing can go wrong, absolutely everything goes wrong. Now, the second thing that you can do is to block IP addresses from high-risk countries. I have one in place for my main website, but I had 2 platforms, and guess what? The platform without the IP blocker, which was just a minor website with a lot of hidden pages, this was the one which was attacked. Now, the third tip that I have for you is to enable spam filters on your website. Now, many platforms like WordPress or Squarespace, they have simple tools to catch fake submissions automatically. But unfortunately, in this instance, it was not actually just a fake submission. It was a real email address used by a spam bot. The fourth thing that you can do is to use invisible form fields. By adding these to your forms, it's actually an easy way to block spam bots. The fifth tip that I have for you is to check your analytics regularly. You should log in regularly to your website to look for unusual spikes in traffic or strange patterns. Because websites are not build it and done with it thing. You need to check your analytics. Now, in this instance, well, I actually know how to check my analytics and I do it regularly. And looking back, it would have been worse if I don't have that habit of checking my analytics. Now, the sixth tip that I have for you is to enable double opt-in for emails. Make people confirm their email addresses before they officially join your list, and this prevents bots from flooding your system. Now, the seventh and most important advice is this: secure a backup domain. This one helped me regain my footing fast. Having a secondary domain just for emails and opt-ins is a small cost compared to the hassle of repairing your whole domain. Because traditionally, of course, we are advised to send emails from our main domain. I did that as well for years. But with the recent attack that I experienced, I realized how important it is that you protect your main domain. So now, instead of sending my emails through my main domain www.legallychican.com, some of you may have noticed that I am already using a second domain, www.legallychican.co. So you see, there's really no issue with identity there. Now, my second domain cost around $60 a year. And yes, it is $60 that I could have saved. But without a plan B in place, that $60 could have easily quadrupled. Here's the truth though. No single step will give you 100% protection. But layering your defenses, that's what keeps you safe and covers you from potential blind spots. Having a plan A, plan B, or even a plan C is really important. And you know what? This isn't just about tech issues, because blind spots, they pop everywhere in your business. Like for marketing, for example. Hoping referrals alone will keep your business running without a real plan, that's gonna be a blind spot. In finances, ignoring expense tracking until the tax season and then scrambling, that is a blind spot. And of course, legal protection. It's one of those things we know we should deal with, but we often push it aside because, well, let's be real, it can be tedious or expensive. But here's the thing, when a legal issue shows up, it doesn't just knock on your door. It usually crashes in, bringing stress, time loss, and sometimes even damage to your reputation. So let's paint a quick picture here. Imagine this. You've just signed on a fantastic client. They're excited, you're excited, and everything is great until there's a disagreement over what exactly is included in your services. Suddenly, you're caught in a he said, she said situation with no clear contract to fall back on. Now, instead of celebrating, you're spending hours on damage control. Or you were scrimping or you just copied the website policies of another business owner. Not only are you opening yourself to a takedown notice for copyright infringement, you could be leaving yourself open to fines or penalties because when you copy your policies, I am 110% sure you don't know how to comply with data protection rules, which nowadays is a minimum requirement, a minimum knowledge for business owners. So here's my question for you. What's your biggest business blind spot? What's that one thing you know you should handle but haven't yet? Because trust me, if you don't know your blind spot, it's just a matter of time before it sneaks up on you. And it doesn't have to be something big or dramatic. It could be as simple as not having an email list backup or as serious as not having client contracts in place. But whatever it is, identifying it is the first step to protecting yourself and your business. Here's the good news. You don't have to figure this out alone. I'm hosting a year-end masterclass designed specifically for coaches, consultants, experts, and digital course creators. We'll cover the latest updates and regulations that you need to know for 2025 and the most common blind spots that could trip you up. This is your chance to start 2025 fully prepared, fully protected, and ready to thrive. Click the link below or drop any emoji in the comments and I'll send you all the details. Let's make 2025 the year your business doesn't just survive, it is the year that you actually thrive. Now, I can't wait to see you and welcome you during the masterclass.